Do you know that when a person is consumed by a desire for revenge, they can throw anyone into the fire of vengeance, no matter how much they love or are close to that person? Sometimes crimes happen inadvertently, while sometimes they are committed with full planning. Regardless of the crime or how it is committed, if the police take action, the truth is always revealed. Today, we are going to talk about Darshana Pawar. This story begins in the Pune district of Maharashtra, specifically in the Tehsil, which includes the village of Ganj. In this village stands the well-known Rajgad Fort, situated on a hill. On June 18, 2023, during the afternoon, a passerby traveling through the foothills of the fort began to notice a strange smell. Following the smell, they came upon a horrifying scene. A decomposed human body was lying there. The passerby immediately informed the police. A team from the Vela police station arrived at the scene. It was June, a time of intense heat, so the body had severely decomposed and was infested with insects. It appeared that animals had also mauled the body. From the clothes, it was evident that the deceased was a woman. There were marks of injuries and cuts on the body, and signs of severe blows to the head. The police called in the FSL team. Further investigation in the surrounding area led to the discovery of a mobile phone, glasses, and a white shoe about 50-60 meters away. It was presumed that these items belonged to the woman. The police conducted a thorough search of the crime scene and sent out notifications to nearby police stations. The police learned that a missing person report had been filed at the Sinhagad Road police station for a girl who had disappeared. Her parents had reported their daughter missing on June 14th. The police immediately contacted the family to inform them about the discovery of the body and asked them to identify it. The family, upon seeing the body, confirmed that it was their daughter, Darshana Pawar. The clothes, mobile phone, glasses, and shoe found at the scene all belonged to her. The police sent the body to the hospital for a post-mortem. The condition of the body suggested it was not an accident, but rather a violent crime. The police discovered another missing person report for a boy named Rahul Handore at the Malwadi police station, filed on June 15th. Rahul was a close friend of Darshana. They had gone for trekking at Rajgad Fort on the morning of June 12th. And after that, they both went missing. The families of Darshana and Rahul had called them on June 12th, but Darshana's phone was unanswered and then switched off. Rahul's phone was also switched off. The next day, the families went to Rajgad Fort, but could not find any trace of their children. They reported them missing to the respective police stations. Since Darshana and Rahul had come to the fort together, the police were concerned that if something had happened to Darshana, Rahul might also be in danger. The police searched local hospitals and other locations, but could not find Rahul. If this was a murder, the question was who had killed Darshana and why. The police retrieved the phone locations of Darshana and Rahul, which showed they were at Rajgad Fort on the morning of June 12th. After that, their phones were switched off. The post-mortem report received on June 19th revealed that Darshana's injuries were not from an accident, but from a violent assault, including cuts and blows with heavy objects. Forensic teams visited Rajgad Fort to investigate further. They found traces of Darshana's blood on some large stones, suggesting she had been struck on the head with these stones. As soon as the murder was confirmed, the police formed 5 teams with a total of 25 officers to investigate the case. Each team had different responsibilities, such as interviewing the families, checking backgrounds, analyzing phone records, and examining CCTV footage. Now, let's look at Darshana Pawar's background. The police often find clues in the victim's background. Darshana lived with her family in a town called Kopargaon in Ahmednagar district, Maharashtra. Her family belonged to a lower middle-class background. Her father worked as a driver at a sugar mill, and her mother was a housewife. Rahul Handore also came from a middle-class family, living in a village called Shaha in Nashik Taluka, which was near Ahmednagar. Rahul and Darshana were childhood friends, having grown up together, attended school and college together, and were both excellent students. Despite their modest income, Darshana's family supported her education wholeheartedly. After completing their graduation, Darshana and Rahul decided to prepare for the Maharashtra Public Service Commission exam. They needed to go to a larger city with better facilities for coaching. Darshana's family was initially hesitant about sending her far away, but eventually agreed. Rahul also planned to prepare for the exam and joined Darshana in the same city. Darshana and Rahul rented separate rooms and studied hard. Darshana excelled in her studies and topped the MPSC exam with a 3rd rank, bringing pride to her family and making her well known in her village. Rahul also attempted the exam but did not succeed. Darshana was selected for the post of range forest officer, while Rahul did not make the cut. For years, she had been studying and working hard for this day. After finishing her studies, she stayed here for a few months and then went back home, where she started self-study. Rahul was also preparing in Pune and was working part-time in food delivery to support his expenses. On June 9, 2023, Darshana returned to Pune because the coaching center wanted to honor her. Initially, she had rented a room there, but after going to her village, she vacated it. When she came back to Pune, she stayed with a friend. On June 11th, the coaching center honored Darshana, and since Rahul also studied there, they met again. To celebrate Darshana's success, they planned a trip to Rajgarh Fort. On the morning of June 12th, Darshana called her family to let them know she was going sightseeing with a friend. She also informed the friend she was staying with. That morning, Darshana and Rahul went trekking to the fort. As I mentioned earlier, both their phones mysteriously switched off, and their families were worried. Darshana's father even called the friend she was staying with, who said Darshana had not yet arrived. The next day, June 13th, Darshana's family came to Pune to search for her. Rahul's family also came to search for him. Darshana was already known here as a topper, and when the news of her disappearance reached the police, both the local police and the crime branch got involved. They needed to find out who killed Darshana and why, and also locate Rahul. Darshana's phone was found, and all the data and call details were extracted. Rahul's phone remained switched off, with no sign of whether he was alive or dead. The police also checked the CCTV cameras around Rajgarh Fort, but it's a rural area with few cameras. Eventually, they found a camera outside a hotel on the route people take to Rajgarh Fort. According to the footage, Darshana and Rahul were seen on a motorcycle heading towards the fort around 8:30 am on June 12th. Around 10 am, Rahul was seen coming back from the fort alone, without Darshana. The police began to suspect Rahul since he was the only one who returned. If something had happened to Darshana, Rahul would have informed her family. The police focused on finding Rahul. They learned that Rahul came from a middle-class family, and his financial condition was not great. They found out that he sometimes received cash or bank transfers and had a bank account. They checked his transaction history, which showed that Rahul had withdrawn money from an ATM in Delhi, suggesting he might be in Delhi. Before the Maharashtra police could contact the Delhi police, Rahul's phone turned on, and he called an acquaintance, saying he had left Pune due to a fight with a friend and would not return. During questioning, the acquaintance informed the police, and the technical team tracked Rahul's phone to Kolkata, though it was soon turned off again. The police put all their efforts into locating him and deployed informants. On the night of June 21st, an informant reported seeing Rahul near Andheri railway station in Mumbai. The police immediately contacted the local police there and went to the location. Rahul was apprehended and brought back to Pune for interrogation. During questioning, he confessed to killing Darshana, shocking everyone. Darshana was about to become an officer, and her family had many dreams for her, which Rahul destroyed in an instant. Rahul and Darshana had known each other since childhood and had a strong bond. They started studying together and went to the same coaching center. Though they had mutual feelings, they decided to wait until after their studies to discuss their future. Their friends knew they were in love. When Darshana topped the MPSC exam, Rahul proposed marriage. However, Darshana's parents refused because Rahul had not cleared his exam, and they did not think he was suitable for their daughter. After this rejection, Darshana began distancing herself from Rahul, reducing phone contact. Rahul, feeling hurt, decided to take revenge. When Darshana came to Pune on June 9th for the coaching center's event, Rahul met her again, pretended to be friendly, and persuaded her to go on a trip with him. On June 12th, Darshana told her parents she was going to Rajgarh Fort with a friend, but did not mention Rahul. Rahul took Darshana to the fort, where he brought up marriage again. When Darshana refused, Rahul attacked her with a cutter or blade he had brought, hitting her with a heavy stone and strangling her. After confirming her death, he threw her body down the hill, where her phone, glasses, and one shoe were found. He then switched off her phone and his own, returned to Pune, and took his bike back to his room. He then traveled to Sangli by train, then to Margao, and from there to Chandigarh, eventually reaching Howrah. In between, he withdrew money from an ATM in Delhi. On March 21st, he arrived at Andheri railway station in Mumbai and continued evading the police. He called relatives or acquaintances during his travels, using different phones to avoid detection. Eventually, the police caught him at Andheri railway station. The motive behind the murder was Rahul's unrequited love for Darshana and his frustration after being rejected for marriage and humiliated by her family. The clothes he wore during the murder were discarded during his travels, and while the police found the cutter and other items used in the crime, the clothes have not yet been recovered. On June 22nd, the police held a press conference revealing the entire incident. That concludes the story. Please comment on how you found the video, like and share it, and subscribe to our channel with the bell icon on. See you in the next video. Thank you.